morning. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just getting my second device set up. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, I was tagged in that video and I started watching it and I never finished it. I got distracted. It's so nice when people mention me. And it helps grow my channel. I finally busted over the 600 line. I have 604 subscribers. Now I'm sure I will wake up tomorrow morning and I'll have 599 again because that is what YouTube does for some reason. I have no idea why, but finally broke that 600 level I've been hanging out at forever, just under it forever. Coffee cup of the day. We got this one when my daughter was still living with me. And at that point in time, we had 5 cats there. She had her cat, and then we had that. Good morning, Catherine. We had the mama cat that had been dumped in the neighborhood with all 3 of her kittens. Good morning, Lemmy. And if you don't know the story, I had, oh, is that what she tagged me in? I figured it had to be something she'd purchased recently. I wanted to keep that mama cat. She was stunningly gorgeous. She was black, and all 3 of her kittens were gray tiger striped cats. And she went from window to window to window, crying and crying and crying and crying. And the first chance she got, she escaped. So by then the 3 kittens were weaned. She was barely producing milk anymore. And she was only letting one of them nurse anyway. So then when my daughter moved out, she took her cat, and then I was left with the 3 kittens. And the biggest of the kittens started bullying. The bigger they got, the more of a bully he got. And so they were old enough to have him fixed. I got him fixed, hoping that would stop him from, and he was just mean. And he was like twice the size of the other 2. And it didn't stop. So then she said, well, I'll bring him to live with me and we'll see how he gets along with my cat. And so they did that. And that cat fell in love with her boyfriend at the time. And so even when she and that boyfriend split up, he kept that cat. And that cat is literally 20 pounds, where my cats are 9 pounds. So I don't know why one of the litter ended up being such a big cat, but he was. Catch up on. Good morning, everyone. If I missed you coming in, good morning, Apple. Good morning, feeding my soul. But anyway, that's when I got this coffee cup, when we had 5 cats living there. So it was a joke between my daughter and I. Whoever got up and got the coffee cup first, the cat loved them best that day. So you guys, I got friend mail. Wait till you see this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, the colors here in the heart, the 2 swans, the little porcelain rose. So Becky bought me this from Ethel Ann Red Van, who I follow on Instagram. And they were doing, if you don't know, if you haven't been over on Instagram, they've been doing a series of sales where all the money is being donated to Maui Relief. And so Becky saw this and thought of me, and she's like, I didn't think you had one like this. She's 100% right. But look, it inspired a total change. So all 3 of these shelves are full of my swans. And this is the first time I've had all of my swans in one spot. There were some I even forgot I had because they were just tucked into bookcases here and there. I think all of my swans are in one spot. And as I'm putting them up here, I'm like, oh, so-and-so gifted me that one. Oh, so-and-so gifted me that one. Oh, so many of these were gifted. So this whole shelf down here that you can't see hardly, all that is swans too. So 3 shelves of swans. I love them all. It was so exciting to put them all behind me and show them off like this. It's funny, Catherine, I had never intended to have cats. Once the kids moved out, I wanted nobody and nothing to take care of for a while because I was a single mom from the time my youngest was a newborn until 2020. So he was born in 2002. And that's when I became a single mom a month after he was born, and single parented all the way up until he and my middle finally moved out on their own in 2020. She was 20, he was 18 when they moved out. So I did not want another creature to have to take care of because I was burnt out. I loved my kids and I loved being a mom, and I was ready to be a mom when I got pregnant, but I needed a break. So I absolutely had no intention of taking care of anything else, not even fish. I was not going to get a pet. And then, 2020 happened and we're all quarantined and life is changing in big ways. And somebody dumped those cats in the neighborhood. And let me tell you, I'm so bonded to them. And I just don't know what I would do without them. And my daughter even said, Mom, you're not allowed to die until after both of your cats are gone because they hate everybody else but you. So, yeah, I appreciate them every day. You guys, I finally did a new page in my altered book. If you missed last week's, I didn't even know it. And if you go to my other channel where I talk about my health, but I am going to briefly touch on it here. Talking about mental health can be depressing. So talking about physical health can be depressing if you have a chronic illness. So I try to keep this page happy, but I didn't even realize I was going through the worst depression I've ever had in my life until I started to come out of it last week. And, that's why I had not been doing my altered book project. I had not been doing any of my junk journaling. I had not been listening to music. There's so much when your whole focus is just trying to get through that and you don't even know you're dealing with it. So finally back on track, finally moving things, finally cleaning things, finally did a page in here, listening to music again, enjoying food again. So weird. Hey, Kendra. Hi, Helen. Hi, Monica. Did I say hi, Monica? Talking, so I'm losing track of people. So anyway, did a new page. I'm going to show you. And if you missed it, I currently have a static sale running. I posted it yesterday. It's good through the end of the week. I'm not doing a sale today because I do have my doctor's appointment. Now, there's been a kerfluffle. They called while I was eating breakfast and I missed the phone call because they have a bunch of people out sick at the office today and just wanted to do a telehealth call today instead of an actual in-person doctor appointment. And so I called them back, and because they didn't have anybody in the office because everybody's called off sick, I got transferred. I was on hold for 10 minutes. But the appointment is switched to just telehealth. I'm still keeping the appointment today, but yeah, Catherine, absolutely. But I just didn't even know that I was going through this depressive episode. It just felt like burnout, and it felt like, I've got a lot of stress anyway. When you're chronically ill, when you're struggling to work, when you have a mountain of bills, you don't even know. And I was doing things like trying to get outside every day because I've been working on my health. Nothing was working. And that's because it's your brain chemistry. So sometimes it's grief, sometimes it's depression, sometimes it's burnout. And in my case, it was depression and I didn't realize it. So, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm going back now and looking at like official documents I'd filled out and they are all screwed up just because my brain was so fogged. So, I'm feeling like myself again, obviously, but I do not want to have to go through that again. So that's what this appointment is about. So I'm nervous because I do not respond well to medication. Either respond differently, don't respond at all, I'm allergic to it, or I have the opposite reaction. And I've done that my whole life. Almost everyone in my family is like that. I have family members that have tried every antidepressant available with zero results. I never suffered from depression until perimenopause. So I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to, hopefully she'll prescribe an antidepressant for me to try while I'm still working on balancing my hormones, which is important. I had been taking the adaptogen herbs, ashwagandha, eleuthero, and maca root. And then I ran out of money and I'm like, oh, I don't know if they were doing anything or not. I think they were helping. I think they were keeping me balanced. I was also using a wild yam cream, which is a natural estrogen balancer. Yes, Kathy, absolutely. A haircut would make me feel better. It's so long. And that last one, she didn't cut it short enough and it wasn't like it didn't grow out well. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. But also, because I'm working with two different life coaches right now, health coaches, health coaches. The first one is the one that is actually covered by my insurance. And she is not trained in anything perimenopausal and beyond. So she referred me to someone else who I cannot afford her services, but she is sending me little tidbit things as she comes across things that will help. But both of them were like, what's worked for you in the past? And I'm like, well, and I list off things. And I said, one of them was breathing exercises. So I did further research and because I was doing what we call breathing the box. And if you don't know, I was a massage therapist. So I kind of have a history in alternative medicine anyway. But you inhale for 4, you hold your breath for 4, you exhale for 4, you hold it for 4, you breathe in for 4. So it's breathing the box. But when I did further research, I realized that because I've been under constant stress for 3 years now, at least, that I needed to reset the vagus nerve. With a vagus nerve reset, you need to breathe out more than you breathe in. Singing makes you breathe out more than you breathe in. So I sat down and I did a whole 2-hour playlist of songs that I can sing to. And I have been singing. I don't sing well. I sing terribly, but I have been singing just as I clean or set up a sale or organize things. I am just singing my little heart out because it is hard for me to sit down and just breathe. I'm like, oh, this is boring. I can't stand it. Same with meditating. I'm no good at meditating. So I found that singing, I can do that breathing that you need to do to reset the vagus nerve and calm the whole system down. It's been working. So I've been doing that. Thanks, Monica. I was a massage therapist full-time for 10 years. I had my own business, but I had been a licensed massage therapist from 2004 up to 2021 when I let my license lapse. So from 2004 to 2021, what is that? 17 years. I was a licensed massage therapist. All right, here is the new page, you guys. And I did 2 of the prompts we'd had before, which was polka dots and stars. And I just did very simple so that I didn't feel overwhelmed. And my thought on picking this coloring, and it says she will not fall with the leaves because of fall. That my thought on picking this coloring was over here, I can do a Halloween themed page as we get closer to Halloween. So that's kind of my thinking with doing it this way. But I just did a very, very simple page that used stars and polka dots. So I got 2 of our prompts that I've skipped in there. So that's my page. And feels really good to get back to doing that again. Good morning, Katie. Yeah, Monica, it really is. And when you're in chronic pain like I am, you don't breathe deep anyway, which, then feeds back into it all just ends up being a bad cycle that you get into. So, and it makes sense. When I came across that, I was like, oh, it makes sense why when I get in the car to run errands and I turn up the music and I sing at the top of my lungs as I'm running errands, that I feel better by the time I get back home, even if running errands was exhausting. So yeah, it works for me. All right, guys. Oh, got a cat hair stuck to me. Let's draw altered book project prompt. Oh, there's two papers stuck there together. Okay. Let's see what we got. Alter the edges of some pages. This one is a really good one if you've got those Fiskars scissors that have all the different shapes. You can just go through and make pretty edges. My mom has that whole big set of the Fiskars scissors that. Okay, so that's an easy one. Easy one this week. Yep. So I'm not going to do a sale today because I do have this doctor's appointment soon. But I'm going to just stay and talk with you guys for a little bit. And if you're new here and you want to see some more of the pages in my altered book, did you, Kathy? But if you want to see some of the pages, then just pop it into the comments and I'll show you more of the pages. And if you weren't here last week, I did do a preview of the last couple of months, or I did a review of the last couple of months of prompts. I don't think, no, I don't have them over here, but I have a pair of the vintage scissors that are the pinking shears, like the good that I picked up, super cheap. And I am using them on paper. I know my mom's a sewer. She would freak out on me, but I bought them for $1. So I use them on my pages and I love them. They're huge. I have to be careful because I really like vintage scissors and I could have quite a collection if I. Oh, I love that, Kathy. If I wasn't careful, I would have quite a collection of vintage scissors, but I try to keep it to ones I would actually use. I don't know why. I'm fascinated by them. I think they look cool. They feel nice in the hands. Like new scissors are so cheap feeling. Because like these are Fiskars, but like the plastic they're just cheap feeling compared to an old, the benefits of a vintage pair of scissors. I was that mom that had to have living room scissors, dining room scissors, kitchen scissors, bedroom scissors, car scissors. I didn't know I had ADHD until recently. And so I just found ways to compensate for the fact that I would lose things. And um, my mom, who also has ADHD, she had 5 kids and then 6 when my foster brother came to live with us. So things went missing all the time, all the time. And I was like, when I'm a mom, I'm not going to be frantically trying to figure out where my scissors have gone. I'm just going to keep a pair everywhere. And so I own so many pairs of scissors, still managed to lose them, but own so many pairs of scissors because I totally compensated for my ADHD without knowing that I had ADHD. And I bought each of my kids their own pair of like good scissors, not kitty scissors. And I had put their names on them in permanent marker. And I'm sure, Kathy, there's a way to clean those old pinking shears. I'm also crazy about my pens. And so I literally, I'll show you guys. I have so many containers of pens, markers, just sitting around. So this is my container of colored pens and markers. In this gorgeous art glass container that I got from an antique store. And then I have this container of, I've got all the sale stuff from my current static sale sitting here, but got this container, and this is one of the ones that one of my sons made. So I have this container of pens and glass stirrers. I use these for essential oil mixtures because I was also, along with massage therapist and aromatherapist. And then I have this one of little markers, and it's got one of my very pretty bookmarks in it. And those are just the ones that are sitting here. I've got several sitting over there because I sit in my comfy chair and do my junk journals over there. All right, well, I'm going to show you the prompt again. Alter the edges of some paper, of some of your pages. Alter the edges of some of your pages. And then I'll show you. If you missed it, this is me trying to catch up with some of our prompts because I've not been feeling well. And don't forget, I have a static sale currently going on that is good through the end of the week. I've also started to pull together, I'm going to do a static sale of smalls, and then maybe a static sale of like girly things. So I've got, I'll have those coming up too. Still on hiatus from Glass with Class, but Nikki will be on her channel Monday, 6 p.m. on the 28th for Glass with Class next Monday. So don't forget that that's going on. And I think that's everything for today. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I hope that you all enjoy the new swan background I've got going on. And I will catch you guys later. I'm going to go get ready for my telehealth doctor's appointment instead of an actual in-person doctor's appointment. So bye guys. Have a great day.